Welcome to Pour the Wine. It's Rom-Com Time, where we'll sip some wine and review all things rom-com on the Hallmark Channel. I'm Amy.
And I'm Gary.
And I'm a little bit sick.
Yes, you are.
I caught myself a little bit of a cold, so I'm going to try to get through this without too much sniffling and coughing and sneezing and all the things. So I feel okay. It's just the lingering part of the sinus part of it. So
So let me go ahead and pour our wine.
Pour our wine.
Our Cab Sav.
Cab Sav going in the glasses. Going in the glasses. Well,
maybe this will help your cold.
Oh yeah, wine. Wine's always good.
Yeah, it's always good.
It's good. A good remedy for anything, right?
Right.
I don't know.
Right.
Today, we're going to be reviewing episode 6 of Holidazed, the Camarena Family.
Yes.
Am I pronouncing that correctly?
Camarena. Yeah.
It originally aired on December 12th, 2024 on Hallmark Plus, and then aired on the Hallmark Channel for the first time on Sunday, July 20th, 2025.
Yes, it did.
It's part of Christmas in July.
Ho, ho,
ho. Ho, ho.
We would love it if you would click that follow button on your favorite podcast platform so you don't miss an episode. If you listen on Apple or Spotify, you can also leave us a review, and hopefully it's a positive review.
Hopefully, fingers crossed.
Yeah, you can also find us on YouTube and social media, Facebook, Instagram, Blue Sky, X, and Threads.
You can also email us at pourthewine@gmail.com and tell us your thoughts about holidays, Christmas in July, although we're winding down on that, and anything Hallmark related, and we might read it on the pod.
Yes, we will.
Yes, we will. Maybe.
Yeah, so tell us who's in this one. And while you're doing that, I'm going to sip some wine.
Sip some wine. Sip, sip. Sip, sip, hooray.
Nice.
Noemi Gonzalez plays Gaby Camarena. For Hallmark, she was in Undercover Holiday a few years ago. Some of her other work includes 18 episodes of the series Selena. The series, it's literally called Selena, the series.
Oh, wow.
She was in 65 episodes of The Young and Restless and 1 episode of the TV series Rosewood.
Okay.
Now, Holland Roden plays Katie Minetti Hanahan, and should we talk about her now or wait until the next one?
I would go ahead and talk about her now because she's in this one pretty much.
She's in this one, so what we're trying to do is stick to the family.
The families, right.
And maybe other players in it. But so she is a Minetti Hanahan, and that family-centered episode is the next one, episode 7. But she is in this one a lot, so we'll talk about her. She is going to be in the upcoming Countdown to Christmas 2025 movie, Holiday Touchdown, A Bill's Love Story.
Okay.
She was in Tip Line Mysteries, Dial 1 for Murder. And she was also in 5 Gold Rings and Time for Him to Come Home for Christmas.
Okay.
Some of her other work includes Teen Wolf the Movie, 1 episode of the updated version of MacGyver.
Okay.
And she was in the TV series Teen Wolf for 100 episodes.
Cool.
Bert Cardozo plays Kevin Camarena, and he is, Kevin is Gabby's brother.
Yep.
And the boyfriend of Katie.
Yes.
Right? His Hallmark work includes Falling in Love in Niagara, The Most Colorful Time of Year, Christmas CEO, and 1 episode of The Good Witch.
Oh, Good Witch again.
A bit of his other work includes We Three Kings. He was in 11 episodes of that. He was in an episode of Designated Survivor and The Handmaid's Tale.
Oh, okay.
Francois, I hope I'm pronouncing that correctly, Robertson plays Clarice Camarena. She plays the mom, right, of Gaby and Kevin. For Hallmark, she was in Aurora Tea Garden Mysteries, Till Death Do Us Part, Christmas Joy, The Perfect Bride, Wedding Bells, and some of her other work includes 3 episodes of Reginald the Vampire. She was in 5 episodes of Supergirl, 1 episode of Siren, and 1 episode of Battlestar Galactica.
A lot of them.
In 2007. That would be an updated version, right? Wasn't that?
Yes.
Wasn't that out in the 80s or 90s or
something?
What am I thinking of? I don't know. I have too much cold medicine in my head. Tim Perez plays Manny Camarena, and he is the dad of Kevin and Gaby and married to Clarice. His Hallmark productions include A Sprinkle of Deceit, a Hannah Swenson mystery, which we have not seen yet, and The Christmas Shepherd. Some of his other work includes the TV series Wild Cards, the Netflix series Made, one episode of The Good Doctor, and he was in ER.
Oh, okay.
An episode for one episode. Oh, and he dabbled in the soaps. All My
Oh.
Children, Port Charles, and Days of Our Lives.
No General Hospital, huh?
Not that I saw. No. John C. McGinley plays Chuck Minetti Hanahan. Now, he is in this briefly, but we will talk about him in the next episode when we talk about the Minetti Hanahans.
Yes. And that's a mouthful to say.
Yes, it is. Yes.
Minetti Hanahan.
Yep. There you go.
All right. So, time to drop the synopsis for season 1.
Let's drop the
Episode
synopsis.
6.
All right. I'll do it.
Yes.
Yes, do it. Gaby's family traditions are thwarted by Katie, her former high school bully, and her brother's current girlfriend.
Yes. Ooh. And, we'll probably give away some spoilers. So if you haven't watched it yet, guess what?
What?
Pause it.
Pause
go watch it. And then come back and listen to our review.
A recap and review.
Yes.
Yes. So the last time we saw the Camarena family, Gaby realized, she was told, or she saw that Katie was the girlfriend of her brother.
Yep.
And, we find out that Katie was actually really mean to Gaby when they were in school together.
Mm-hmm.
And Gaby's kind of carried that with her
into
adulthood, right? And she still has that moment when she sees her it makes her feel badly. And so that's kind of where we were. And we had in the first episode, we had the karaoke night where the Camarena family goes.
Yeah.
And Katie and Gaby sing a song, and then Katie accidentally knocks Gaby off the stage, and Gaby thinks it's on purpose. And so that's sort of where we are, I think.
Well, it's sad because her family really loves Katie, and to Gaby, it seems like they don't even understand what's going on.
How deeply she was hurt.
She was hurt that whole time.
Middle school or high school or whatever it was. Yeah. Yeah. So it opens up with Gaby having a dream that her brother Kevin and Katie are getting married. And she's all the way in the back of the reception hall. And she keeps getting hit
by the door where the waiters are going in and out of the kitchen.
So it hits her chair. It hits her chair. And then Katie's calling everybody up from the family. And does she call her up? Well,
she calls everybody up, and then Gaby stands up to go to the front, and then gets wine dumped on her. And
that's right. That's right.
And then she finally makes her way up front, and that's when Katie calls her easy bake again, or something like that.
Yes.
And then Gaby wakes up,
and then so she had a little bit of a nightmare about a wedding between her brother and her nemesis from her younger years, right?
Yeah.
So instantly that this is going to be an issue. And out of the gate, you're kind of not sure, has Katie changed?
Right.
Has she not changed? There's some, is she trying to make amends? Is she not? I mean, I kind of felt like that's where we were.
Right.
That's the gist that I got. Like they were trying to, maybe she's changed, maybe she's not, maybe she's still mean, maybe she did some things on purpose. So Gaby's trying to make a cooking video.
Yeah.
And this is kind of in the first episode too. We don't see the cooking video.
Right.
But she's making like breakfast burritos and what does she call it? Gourmet with Gaby or something.
Right.
That's what she does, her videos. Mm-hmm. And then Katie interrupts and Kevin comes in too.
Yeah.
And then the doorbell rings and that's where Katie had ordered
food. Right.
Knowing that Gaby is a chef.
Was cooking for her family.
Yeah.
And in that particular scene, because she's doing the audition for the show, the cooking show.
Oh, right. Gaby got an audition for a big
and so she's trying to make this video, and she gets interrupted. And yes, the doorbell rings, and it's like DoorDash, but it's not DoorDash. They bring the food. And she's like, her mom was like, or Kevin was like, oh, well, we can save this. And she's like, is it quiche that she was making? She was making something. She's like, it doesn't keep well.
It doesn't keep. Yeah. She's irritated. And that's where you also you can hear the big truck next door.
Yes.
This is where the other families kind of come in from the cherry picker.
Right.
That's next door. So I like kind of the crossover. You hear it. I don't think we see it in that scene. But.
Well, Manny comes running in and he's all upset because Chuck next door, Minetti Hanahan, is having a bucket lift or a cherry picker, some people call it, delivered so he can get his lights hung up on his house. And he's all mad and everything. And it's like 7:30 in the morning or something.
I know.
Like
it's really early. Yeah.
And all
it's
you
really
hear
early.
is beep, beep. That would annoy me too.
It would definitely. So, and then you have, Gabby's trying to tell Kevin that Katie was mean to her in middle school, like really mean. And Kevin kind of, brushes it off a little bit. And he's like, you're holding on to it for too long. He doesn't tell her to get over it, but he's like, look, it's been a long time. He kind of dismisses it a little bit, and so I don't know. Gabby's kind of,
Yeah, she's kind of wondering why, her family's not believing her or backing her because they keep sweeping these things under the table, these little, moments where Katie kind of does something mean to Gaby.
To Gaby, yeah.
Like, Gabby's like, oh, she's still the same Katie. But her family's like, oh, it was just an accident.
Yeah. So that I think you're referencing, then we get to they're going to go cut down a tree.
Yes.
Right. They go get their Christmas tree.
Yeah.
And they go to some.
You don't know what
you don't know where it is.
They're in the forest.
They're just like in a forest.
All of a sudden they come across this opening where there's all these Christmas trees, right? These pine trees. And of course, Katie has the chainsaw and she asked Gaby if she would film it because it's her first time with Kevin cutting down a Christmas tree. She's like, stand right here.
Yeah.
Right. So this is one of those moments where is she trying to be nice or is she trying to put one over on Katie?
At first, Katie tries to pick out the tree.
Gaby.
Katie tries to pick out the actual tree and Gabby's parents are like, well, that's kind of Gabby's thing.
So at least they gave Gaby that.
Yeah,
right?
They gave Gaby that. And I think there's a moment before they cut down the tree, Gaby tries to confront Katie and was like, look, you were really mean to me in school. And Katie's like, is that how you remember it?
Right.
And then you're like, is she a mean girl? Like, is she just trying to be a jerk? Like, I wasn't really sure.
No.
In that moment, And Katie's like, the past is the past. Let's move forward. And then you're kind of like, okay, maybe she realizes it and doesn't really want to admit it. And she's trying to make amends. So you're just not really like, I was never really sure.
I know.
Which I thought was good, for the writing and everything. And then you see before the tree cutting down, you see Gabby's texting Nora. Right. Sheriff Nora. So we get, I like how we get that crossover from that. Yep. So we're kind of getting the intersection there. And then they cut the tree down.
Right. So Katie goes to cut the tree down and she asks Gaby to film it and she places her in front of the tree. And so as she's cutting it down and Gaby's filming it, the tree falls on Gaby.
Falls right on her.
Right on her. And Gaby automatically knows that this was done on purpose.
On purpose. Yep. She was right in the line. Yeah.
The family is like, oh, it was an accident. It's so funny and it's really well written with these two characters going back and forth like this. But so now they have the tree. And so now they're putting it on the car. And Gaby's still kind of upset about all of this. And as they're getting in the car, the family asks Gaby to open the fence and close the fence or close the gate when they drive out. Yeah. So reluctantly, Gaby does that. And as she's doing it, she looks over and she sees a sign. So she goes to brush the branches away from the sign. And lo and behold, it's like an area where they're replanting trees.
Right.
And they're not supposed to be
like cutting down trees is prohibited or something. Yeah.
And you're like, oh.
Well, even Gabby's like, Yeah. She took us here on purpose,
logging and cutting, strictly prohibited.
Yep.
So that's when you start to go, oh, maybe Katie is, she's still that little mean girl.
Now, does she have like sap in her hair and stuff?
Yes.
Is that because she's got like stuff in her hair? So Katie's a hairdresser. A hairdresser, hairstylist. So she offers to do her hair, and of course the parents are like, "Oh, it's a great idea," and Gabby's like, "I don't know,"
That's right.
So they go to Katie's salon?
Yeah, her salon.
And then that's where you see like a side of Katie where she's basically like
mean girl.
Yeah, she's mean girl. She's like she tells her what she's going to fight for, what she wants. She tells her to get on the Katie Kevin train or she'll be all alone. She tells Gaby that.
Yeah.
But then, she basically is like, we're going to be together and you need to get on board, or,
you're going to be the outcast.
You're going to be the outcast of your own family. But what was interesting, and Gabby's kind of like, okay,
I know.
So when Gaby walks away, though, Katie actually looks upset.
Yeah.
It's like she felt like she had to do that.
Right. Because she wanted to know why she feels like Gaby is sabotaging Kevin and her's relationship.
Yeah.
So,
yeah.
And, she knows she has a side of her. And in that moment, she doesn't feel like, oh, God, what did I just do?
Yeah. She's trying to put up this front.
Yeah.
I mean, Katie. Yeah. She's
Katie.
trying to put up this front and to be this, like, badass or whatever.
Right.
Like, you're not going to get in the way of us. And really, she just wants to be accepted because she's having her own issues with her family. Right.
Yep.
So,
speaking of her family.
Yeah. That's where we get to see.
We get to see Kevin walk over to
Chuck
in his garage.
Chuck Minetti Hanahan. Right?
Yes. And he's asking Chuck for Katie's hand in marriage, right?
Yeah.
And Chuck goes into this long, I was a veteran. I did some tours in Iraq and all this other stuff. So he's a, war veteran. And he ends up going, no.
Yeah, he says no. You can't.
So I thought that
you
was
can't have her hand in marriage. I know. It's like, well, what do you
really
do?
Well, you do what Kevin did. You kind of shrug and turn around and
just
walk
like, oh,
back home.
Okay, bye.
Back over to your side.
See you later now.
It was so sad because it's like,
well, and for Chuck, it's all about the family rivalry, right? Because he can't stand Kevin's parents.
Yeah, because they're always mad that he's putting up lights,
all the lights and everything.
He does go overboard. He does the Griswold thing, but they're actually really nice lights.
Well, and there's probably more to it. We just don't know yet kind of what's happened. Because don't they allude to something from the previous year or I don't know. So, yeah, we'll get to that.
Yeah. And so it cuts back to Gaby, who calls Nora again.
Nora, yep. This is where we get the crossover.
About Katie again.
Yep. Sheriff Nora,
and
played
Gaby
by Aaron
receives
Cahill.
a notification of a picture that Katie posted of the tree falling on her when they cut down the Christmas tree.
Oh, yes. That was on like social media or something.
Yes. And she had put a green face on Gaby and just kind of made some mean memes.
Mean memes. Yes, that's right. That's right.
That really upset Gaby.
And then I think Katie tried to justify it. She's like, I'm just trying to help you. Yeah. And Gaby's like, I went to Cordon Bleu. I don't need your help.
Right.
And Cordon Bleu is like the
with her
famous
audition, like
cooking, right?
Yeah.
Like is that in France or is that?
I think so.
I don't know.
Yeah.
And then Gaby intentionally, they're in the kitchen with Katie. There's the scene where they're trying to make something.
Yeah.
And Gaby intentionally starts the blender with the lid not on.
Right.
And it goes all over Katie.
Well, Katie had. Did she throw something at her first or hit her in the face with something? I can't remember.
I don't remember.
But maybe. Yes. So, because Katie's putting stuff in a blender and you see Gaby go to plug in the blender and all of a sudden
it just goes all over Katie and she's like,
Yeah, I thought that was funny. I mean, that's they are going at it.
They are going at it with their little, And then, then you see Gaby's making dinner. Yeah. And she starts to sabotage the dinner.
Yeah. She sees a little, I guess it's a jalapeno pepper. A hot pepper. No, it's a red pepper.
It's a red pepper.
All right. And you find out that, the tricks are still going on. So during dinner, Kevin wants to propose to.
Oh, yes.
To Katie. Yeah. And then Gaby realizes, oh crap, I'm going to ruin this because I put this hot pepper in her whatever tamale or whatever they were eating.
Right.
And so as Kevin gets up and goes get on one knee to propose, you could see the sweat start to pour.
That was pretty funny on Katie's face. Yeah, she's taking a bite of the tamale or whatever, and
she's just sitting there sweating, and her eyes are getting red, and you can see Gaby. She's, oh my God, I can't believe I did this. Right, I'm ruining their.
She's feeling
remorse for
again.
it.
She's feeling remorse. Yeah, about sabotaging Katie's dinner.
And then so he proposes to her, and then Katie goes, yes. And then she grabs this pitcher of water and just chugs it down.
Yeah. It was
and everybody looks at Manny. I think he moves the tamale and sees the red pepper there.
Yes.
And then he looks at Gaby, and now they're all mad at
now
Gaby.
they all know that she probably did that on purpose.
Yes.
And then I think that's when, Gaby's trying to convince her parents just how much Katie affected her in their teenage years. And her parents really don't.
They don't get it.
They don't get it yet, right? So then we see the flashback to the science fair.
Yeah. Yep. And then I think Gaby shows Nora the video of her presenting her science project in school when Katie was called Easy Bake. And Nora tells Gaby, you either forgive her or let it go, forgive her. And, but she just can't.
But and you see that Katie was the one who started it.
Right.
Like in that video.
Yes.
You see that, I forget what Katie just called her Easy Bake.
Right.
And then the whole crowd started chanting it.
Right.
Right. Like
Easy
over and
bake.
over and over
Easy
again.
bake.
Yeah. And Nora gives her some good advice. It was kind of cool. I'm glad to see.
Yeah. I like
Erin
how
Cahill
they're bringing
again.
in the characters from the other episodes. It's really good. And then the next scene is Gaby goes to apologize to Katie for ruining the proposal.
Well, she tells Kevin, I'm going to make it right.
Yeah.
Like, I'm so sorry.
Yeah.
I know I've been, out of sorts, and I'm going to try to make it right. So Gabby's, she's fluctuating between how she felt in the past and how those feelings are still kind of there, but she's trying to move forward. So then she's going to go and talk to Gaby.
Right. And so Gaby tells Katie about when they were kids, how she hurt her. Right? Yeah. How Katie hurt her when she was doing her science project and called her Easy Bake. And then Katie is like, really? That's how you saw this? She goes, well, I was hurt too.
Yeah.
And then Gaby was like, well, what do you mean you were hurt? She goes, we used to be best friends. We used to be together all the time. You'd come over to my house. We'd go to school. And then when the smart kids, when you joined their group, you left me behind.
Yeah.
So now you know the reason behind Katie's, I don't want to say hatred, but jealousy of how Gaby dropped her.
Right.
And went with the geeks. So
dropped her like a hot pancake, right?
Yeah.
And just moved on to, so they both felt some sort of way,
right?
And Katie's still kind of holding on to that too a little bit,
right?
Like, you dumped me, so I got you back.
Yes,
that was why
what it was.
The Easy Bake thing happened, and so But what's great is they kind of they talk about it, they make amends, right? And they and then they kind of get excited because Katie's put like wedding things on the wall, and doesn't she ask Gaby to cook for it? Or
she wants her to make a cake for her.
Wants to make a cake, and they're really getting along, right? So now you're like, okay, they've mended their relationship. It's going to be great. And then they go downstairs, and
the family is watching the video.
Kevin and his parents are watching the video, and they had no idea that Katie was the one who started it.
Right.
They did not know that she was the instigator of all of it, right?
Yeah. And Gaby tries to say, no, it's okay. It's all right. We've made up. I forgive her. But the family doesn't. And so Katie runs out the house and
Katie tries to say, I'm not that person anymore. I'm, I've changed. And I thought it was kind of, I know the family knows how much that affected Gaby, but at the same time,
they don't know.
For Kevin to say, we're done.
Without hearing her side. Even when Gaby was saying, no, it's okay.
We've talked. We've made up.
We're both at fault here. We hashed it out. But so she goes running out of the house upset, and Kevin, and he's upset. The family's upset.
Right. And now they have to get ready for the holiday stroll, which this is the first time I heard it called that.
Yeah, the holiday
stroll. Did they call it that earlier?
I think they did.
I just didn't pick up on that until this episode. I've been calling it like the Christmas festival or whatever. And I'm like, oh, duh, it's called the holiday stroll. So they're all getting ready.
They say it in each episode.
Huh?
I think they say it
They
in
do.
each
They
episode.
probably do. And I just, duh. Anyway.
So Kevin is playing Santa.
So Kevin plays Santa and he's very depressed, right? So they go to the holiday stroll. So now we're at the festival where everybody ends up at some point, you know? Right. And then Kevin he's a really depressed Santa, and Katie shows up.
Yes.
Because she was supposed to be Mrs. Claus.
Mrs. Claus up on the stage with him. Yes.
And she gives back the ring to him. And then Chuck tries to go after Kevin in the Santa suit, right? And don't they kind of tussle a little bit?
They tussle and knock the snowman
down.
And so they're laying on the ground.
And they're...
I mean, what a scene, right? It's always something with them, too.
Oh, my gosh. And then you cut to, we're back at the house, at the Camarena house, and it's raining. And Gabby's she starts to make her audition video. And, you know, she's upset and she's almost crying. And then she's like cutting up whatever she's cooking and she cuts herself.
Right.
Right. And then, what were you going to say?
Well, when they got back to the house, Gabby had asked where all the presents were for Katie, because Katie had brought a whole bunch of presents over.
That's right.
And there was a lot of presents for her. And then Manny and Clarice were like, oh, you know, we got rid of them because they're mad at her. They're mad at Katie.
Right.
For what they did to her,
to
their daughter.
Gabby. Yeah.
And then, yes, that's when Gabby tries to do her audition tape video again.
Right. Right. Because she's like, let's play games. She tries to make it lively.
Yeah.
Right.
And they all go, no, we're not in the mood anymore.
Right.
So
That's right.
That's
when she starts to make her video and she's upset. And then she's like, we all make mistakes, right? Because we're all human. Yeah. And then she takes a shot and the power goes out. Pew. Pew. And so now we're at the same spot as everyone.
All the other
and she says, worst Christmas ever.
So what was your tinsel top moment in this one?
Oh, gosh. You know, my tinsel top moment, I think, would have to be when Gabby and Katie make amends. Mine's usually about the communication.
Yes.
Once you talk about it and you realize the other person
was hurt just as much as they were.
Yeah, you know, I mean, you realize quickly that communication is key. I mean, everybody always says that, and it's really true. Yeah. They went all this time. If they had just talked about it, they would have realized each one of them was hurt. Although I would argue that Gabby probably lived with it. You know, it was worse for Gabby.
Yeah.
Honestly.
Well, I mean, I would think it was worse for both of them, because when you have a friend like that and they all of a sudden don't hang out with you anymore because they're with the smart kids, because Gabby was smart. Or
whoever. You're with another group of kids.
And you just feel like, oh, okay, I guess I'm not good enough.
Oh, no, I'm not saying that she wasn't hurt. I'm just saying that, but the public humiliation for Gabby, I think, is a greater obstacle. And then they called her Easy Bake for the rest of her life, her school years,
even into her adult.
Yes.
But that was my tinsel top moment too.
It would be.
Because it was such a good scene. And I love how they did afterwards. They hugged it out, and then they were like, well, let's look at your pictures. You did a really good job.
Oh, yeah, when she had the pictures on the wall.
Color coordination and all that stuff. So out of 5 ornaments, how many would you hang on this tree? I would
hang 5.
Yes.
I just love the series. I love the way it's going. I love the way that we see tidbits of the other families. Yes. I love the crossover a little bit. I love the weaving of the stories, all of them. And they're kind of hitting different, themes in each family. And now we have one more family.
Yes.
And then we have the final episode, which I presume we're going to see everybody again, like the first episode. Yep. So I'm kind of excited to see where it all goes and where it lands. So we'll see. Yeah.
Well, is that a wrap?
That's a wrap.
All right. Well, thanks for tuning in. If you really, really like the show, we would really, really appreciate your positive review on Apple.
We would.
Apple
Take
Podcasts
a sip.
or Spotify. And if you didn't really, really like the show, you know what? We'd still appreciate a positive,
positive
review.
review. Yeah. Be sure to follow us wherever you get your podcasts and on social media so you don't miss a thing. Until then, fill up your glasses and push play. Thanks for listening.
Cheers.